So I'm super excited to have gotten these tires and wheels in mail today by Ntrakstudioclient. So these are actually the TSS 18-inch wheel for the Tesla Model Y, and these are really special because it's one of the only that can actually fit on the Tesla Model Y Performance due to the fact that the brake caliper is larger than it is on the long range. But these actually do fit, and that's really exciting because from what we know about wheels and sizing, the smaller wheel you go, the less power the vehicle requires to actually move the wheel. And so with these 18-inch wheels, we're hoping to see some kind of range efficiency. As well, we're getting more tire due to the fact that the rim is smaller. Smaller rim, bigger tire, you get more cushion on the road. So we're gonna install this today and see how it looks, and I'll be doing a later in-depth review of how the wheel tire combo actually feels on the road and if we're gonna get better range. Just look at that beauty. Solid. So you can already see how much more tire we're getting here. It's just shy of 4 inches. And on this low profile tire, on the Uber turbine, it's about 2.5. So, and also note that this is a 245, which is the total height of the tire in millimeters, whereas this low profile tire that comes stock is 255. So we're getting more tire, and we're actually 10 millimeters shorter. So this should theoretically help as well with range, because not only is this wheel, the metal itself, smaller and lighter, but this tire is also just a little bit shorter. And we're also getting more sidewall. If you see that number 50 next to the 245, that tells us how wide the tire is, and that is significantly more than 35 on this low profile tire. So that's gonna help with curb rash, because now this tire is gonna stick out beyond the rim, and it's also gonna help absorb the impacts in the road and the imperfections, because you got more of this bulge here to take it. Like any car, you're gonna have your main structure points, and you can't just jack up this car anywhere, right? You can buy these anywhere online. These are little pucks that actually go inside a little hole underneath the car, and this kind of distributes the weight as you jack up the car. And this is required so you don't damage the frame on the underside where the battery is. Okay, so under here you can actually see this little hole here, and this is going to be your support beam for the car. You want to take this puck and stick it in there, just like that, and it kind of holds in place. This is going to distribute the pressure so you don't cause damage to the underbelly where our battery is. Alright, now we're going to open up this hub right here. This is a heavy tire. Ooh, look at that. See the shocks. And you can use the same lug nuts. All right, it's in there. Just need to drop it. I've tightened them relatively tight with the breaker bar, enough so that when you lower the jack, it's safe enough to kind of settle. And then you want to put your final torque on it based on specs. 129 foot-pounds is what I'm going with here. All right, the tires are on and they look great. Over here on the back side as well. Pretty sweet. All right, so now we're gonna do some first impressions with these new wheel and tires from Ntrakstudioclient. Just finished installing them, and let's go for a drive. So it kind of feels more like spongy on the road. I'm having a really hard time trying to describe this. It kind of feels a little bit more normal, for lack of a better word. Things feel a little bit more spongy. With the other tires, when you'd go over bumps in the road or imperfections, you kind of felt like the car just moved and immediately just goes back to where it needs to be. It really felt like more of a sport tune, and I think that's why they used that wheel tire combo. I'm going over some big bumps right now. It feels more like my sedan that I used to drive. This car feels more normal now. Before it felt really sporty, and it still does, but that suspension feels a lot more relaxed. This tire, you can definitely feel, is absorbing a lot of the imperfections in the road. It's kind of moving the car more. It's kind of, you know, doing a little bit more of this rocky movement. Before, there was really no rocky movement. The car hit a bump, you felt it, and it immediately stabilized, which is probably good for going around corners really fast. But if you want to use this car for kind of the everyday driving, then these kind of tires are the way you want to go. So ride comfort's nice. The next thing I'm kind of more interested in is if I can get long range type range on this performance. And it's too early to tell on this first impression look. We'll have to save that for another video. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time.